Here we are in section 4.2 exercises, part C, with the numbers 26 through 30. Find 2 points, so we got to find 2 points first, of each line, then use those points to find the slope. We can do that. So number 26, 2x minus 3y equals 1. So let's first find a point. Stick in 0 for x. I like that. Stick in 0 for x, and what do we get? 2 times 0 minus 3y equals 1. So 0 minus 3y equals 1. Divide by a negative 3 and we get y equals a negative 1/3. So negative 1/3 there. Okay, so there's 1 point. Let's see if we can find another point. How about that other intercept? Stick a 0 in for y and we'll get the x-intercept. So that's 2x minus 0 equals 1. So x equals 1/2. Oh, we've got fractions, but we can still do it. Let's now find the slope. The slope is 0 minus 1/3 y minus y, 0 minus a negative 1/3 y minus y over x, 1/2 minus 0, x minus x. Okay, or we could do it the other way, negative 1/3 minus 0 over 0 minus 1/2, and we'll get the same thing. So this is 1/3, positive 1/3, divided by 1/2. Now, do we remember how to do fractions? Yeah, 1/3 divided by 1/2 is the same as timesing by the reciprocal, 2 over 1. So we get 2/3. So 2/3 is the slope of this line. Good. Number 27. Let's get 2 points. That y-intercept is just ready to do this, especially when y's already solved for. We stick 0 up there and we get y equals 3/5 times 0 in for x gives us 0 plus 4 gives us 4. So good, 0, 4. Let's try another point. We could do that intercept, but then we'd have to solve for x. That might be a little bit messy, but we could do it. Let's stick in an x value that'll get rid of the fractions for us. Stick in 5. That's a nice one. If we stick in 5 for x, we get y equals 3/5 times 5 plus 4. Oh, look at that. Canceled the fractions out and we get y equals 3 plus 4 is 7. All right, let's do the slope here. The slope is y minus y, 4 minus 7, over 0 minus 5, x minus x. 0 minus 5, and so we get 4 minus 7 is a negative 3 over a negative 5, which, with a negative on the top and the negative on the bottom, equals a positive 3/5. Good. Number 28. Here we are going to find a couple of points. Which ones do we want to go for? Let's try that y-intercept again. Stick in x as 0 and see what happens. 0 goes in for x and we get 5 times 0 is 0 minus y equals 10. So negative y equals 10. Divide by a negative 1 and we get y equals negative 10. All right, that's good. 0, negative 10. Second point on here. Let's try that x-intercept. Stick in 0 for y. And we get 5x minus 0, so it's not necessary to write minus 0, equals 10. Divide by 5 on both sides, and we get x equals a 2. 2, 0. Oh, let's do the slope of this one now. So the slope is y minus y, so 0 minus a minus 10, over 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0 equals positive 10 over 2 equals 5. 5 over 1. If you want to write it as 5 over 1, that's great. Number 29. 2x plus 7y equals 1. Let's find that first point. Let x be 0, get the y-intercept, and what do we get? 2 times 0 is 0 plus 7y. So just as 7y equals 1, divide by 7, we get y equals 1/7. Ooh, that was a fraction. And let's try for a second point. Should we try it's set up like this, so if we do the other intercept, we'll have just as easy of a solution. 0 goes in for y, and we'll have 2x plus 7 times 0 equals 1. Divide by 2 and I get x equals 1/2. Now we should note that this line is a straight line, that no matter what we do when we compute the slope, no matter which points we find, when we compute the slope, we will get the exact same number. So in this case, when we compute the slope, m equals y minus y, 1/7 minus 0 over x minus x, 0 minus 1/2. So we get 1/7 divided by negative 1/2. That's 1/7 divided by negative 1/2, which is the same as 1/7 times negative 2 over 1, which equals 1 times negative 2 is a negative 2. 7 times 1, negative 2/7. Good. There's a slope there. And number 30. Let's get a couple of points here. If we stick in 0 for x, that's the nice easy one. We get that y equals negative 2/7 times 0 is 0 plus 3 is 3. 0, 3. Oh, I like that. Second point. Let's do something that'll get rid of this, this fraction here. Let's stick 7 in there. So if we stick 7 in there, we get y equals negative 2/7 times 7 plus a 3. So we get y equals, the 7's cancel, and we get negative 2 plus 3 equals a 1. 7, 1. And the slope. Slope is going to be y minus y, that's 3 minus 1, over 0 minus 7, 0 minus 7, x minus x. 3 minus 1 is 2 over negative 7. Positive divided by a negative, yeah, you can write that as 2 over negative 7 or a negative 2/7. Either way, there's the slope. Now just to establish, let's find another point. Let's stick in something that will get rid of this 7, like 70. Let's do that. Let's stick in 70. You're like, why in the world would you do that? Well, let's look. Get y equals negative 2/7 times 70 plus 3. Well, 70 divided by 7 is 10. 10 times negative 2 is negative 20 plus 3 gives me a negative 17. So 70, negative 17. Remember, there are billions of points on this line. Now watch what happens if I do the slope. Y minus y, so negative 17 minus 3 over x minus x is 70 minus 0. So we get negative 17 minus 3 is a negative 20 over 70. And that simplifies. Divide by 10, negative 2/7. So it doesn't matter which 2 points we get on the straight line. If we calculate the slope, it's the same steepness all the way along the line. So whether it's here or here. Now these are going to develop you for next week to find out some shortcuts. Instead of doing this all the time, 2 points and then the slope, you'll notice some very cool, very neat connections. Let's look at 27 and 30 first. Here's a number 3/5. There's the slope 3/5. Those are the same number. Here's a number negative 2/7. Here's the number negative 2/7 is the slope. And yeah, this is a shortcut that you'll learn in the next lesson. That anytime y is by itself, the slope is right in front of x. That's really cool. The other ones, you'll notice here we have a 2/3, but 2/3 isn't up here because y is not by itself. But you'll notice there's a 2 and there's a 3 and there's a 2/3. Here's a 2, here's a 7, and it came to negative 2/7. That's kind of important that you have to realize that it was a negative. But there are some shortcuts that you're going to learn. So prepare your mind for next week.